start our
Inquisitive 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Perfect way to start the session. Perfect way to start the recording. Right there, since I don't edit these, and we're gonna get everything. That's perfect. Welcome back, my friends, to Tomb of Annihilation. It has been some time, has it not?
Couple
since
weeks.
we have visited the land of Toril into the to the continent of Chult and the Forbidden City of Omu. When last we saw our heroes, our party had infiltrated the Red Wizard hideout, approached and confronted Zagmira, the Red Wizard leader, with a plan hatched by Victor and the rest of you to take them out of the equation permanently and acquire the final cubes to enter the tomb. You confronted her. Not a lot of people were able to keep their cool. The moment rose in tension. Words were exchanged, and not many before the fireballs started to fly. Explosions and magic abound. These few small chambers filled with a battle that echoed across this northern part of Faerun. The entire continent. That echoed across the city of Omu, assuredly.
And then Valfine took a nap?
Valfine took a dirt nap for a while, that's right. Without getting too much into the exact details of the battle, the dust finally settled, and as it did, a portal ripped open. For in the last moments of Zagmira's life, she called upon their leader in the expedition in Chult, and ripping through the portal stepped out a very influential individual in the Forgotten Realms lore. I believe her name was Valandra Shadowmantle. As she stepped out and addressed the party, she took into consideration what had happened in these last few moments and applauded you on your prowess in destroying her minions. Questioning exactly what your motives were here, it was revealed to her that you indeed wish to deal with the Soulmonger, and she expressed no intent to stop you. You became, I guess, tenuous allies in the situation, as she decided not to enact any kind of revenge upon you, seeing that as long as you have all of the cubes sent to the tomb, and your goal is to deal with the Soulmonger, she didn't get in your way. After a quaint exchange back and forth with a little bit of information on who exactly this Acererak was and some other information, you didn't really get much out of her, and she stepped out of the equation, and all of you, very, very weakened, survived this encounter, which is very, very deadly. And upon doing so, I don't think, you guys ambushed the returning scout party, taking out the last remaining Red Wizards and Red Wizard slaves, you've wiped them out of the equation as was per the plan. You have in your possession most of the cubes. The only ones not in your possession are the ones currently stashed under the river, where you put them so cleverly in recent times, and I believe you guys are still, and correct me if I'm wrong, we should still be in the vicinity of the Red Wizard camp, yes?
Roughly,
Still in, because we just waited for the patrol to return.
You waited for the patrol to return, dealt with the patrol, and I believe the last thing that was discussed was Alexandria berating Brolin for leaving her for last to help him with his current Geas curse to harm Victor. And that's where we left off. Now we're picking up without Mr. Dustin playing Brolin and Mr. Alex playing Freesia, and I believe Freesia was going to, had plans to exit the party with Artisimber and Dragonbait. And Brolin obviously had plans to discuss with Alexandria the curing of his terrible curse. Now, these are things I want to see us do, but I want to know what you guys feel with those players not here to illustrate those moments. Do you think it may be best to maybe sort of save this kind of area and then like come back to it in a recap? Does that feel good to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm confident they're going to want to.
I think we can advance, and you guys should feel being able to do whatever you want and go wherever you want. And when those players return, we will recap those memories in the beginning of our next episode and see where things sort of happened when they get back in. But cool, if everybody's comfortable with that, we will do that, and we will act as though our players who aren't here have kind of faded into the background. I think we already knew Frisch was planning on leaving, so we can assume that sort of already happened in the canon that we're going to be playing in, and hopefully that will be comfortable. So right now, I just heard some slamming over in this other room, so I'm going to quickly check on that, and I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a water too. Give me one moment.
Sounds good.
So things on my to-do list: loot. We gotta pick up the cubes.
I loot the bodies.
Go to the door.
There you go.
Okay.
You know,
I apologize.
one of the primary things.
My cat knocked over some stuff, and it was loud. Okay, so we are...
God damn it, Warlock.
God damn it, Warlock. The best level 2 Warlock.
Where is his patron?
Where is he? What did you say?
Where is his patron?
It's me. I'm the one who feeds him, okay?
You gotta keep a tight leash on that Warlock there, buddy.
I know. He's Hexblade. He's running around. He's
Threatening
killing...
to take away his powers.
You don't have no more powers. Get rid of these powers. So we're picking up right where we left off. I'll switch our music around. Give us some Omu ambience. I think that will feel good. Let's do some, because we haven't done some nice jungle in a while. Just give me some jungle, man. I just want to hear that jungle. There it is. The jungle. So we are, and I'll move us over just so you guys can properly see the map of Omu, which is going to need to load for me, because it's going to be a slow load. Actually, it might go fast. So our party is at the top of the screen. Let me accurately depict who is currently here. Artisan Dragonbait are technically not even a part of the situation. It is this, technically, but I'm gonna put Brolin in the background too. So this is who we can kind of interact with.
So it sounds like we're getting into combat tonight, right?
Actually, everything's still good.
Less than half the party.
One thing I wanted. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go, man. I'll wait.
I was just gonna mention, like, we didn't loot the people last time, so I would want to loot the red mages and Orvex.
And Orvex.
Oh, shit, I forgot Orvex died.
Yeah, we have a few dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's like no chance. Oh.
I actually feel like I need to pull up the map again. Where I put it away. Let me see here.
Sorry.
What's up?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
The map again.
I can't believe you've done this. Let me see. Did I put it like at the bottom? What did I even name it? Red Wizard Hideout. Let's restore it. And let's move over to it, because this is where we left off. Just so we can like see what's going on. I have a lot of bodies on the screen somewhere, right? Yeah. I have some bodies on the screen. Let me get these bodies out here so we know who's
warm or cold.
Who's who. This isn't their exact location, but I'm just getting them out.
So I know. Arranged for XP.
Yeah, I had them arranged for XP proper. So this is very much the situation. From what I remember, wait a minute, am I missing some people? I shouldn't be. This feels like it's not everybody.
2 wizards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're missing some wizards for sure. So let's just get some wizards out here. Yeah, because there was 3 wizards total.
You got
Yeah.
Zegmira on the map, right?
Segura,
Yeah.
Direct.
I must have deleted some people straight
Yamak.
up. Yep. Zagmira, yeah, Dyrax, Yamak. I don't have their names up currently, so I might have to ask you to remind me again, because those tokens are gone. Yeah, Judas is dead over here. Yeah, I believe this is somewhat accurate. I know there's some more, there's definitely some more thugs, or thugs, slaves. They're thug stat blocks, around here somewhere. So I think this is fairly accurate, and then we wouldn't have Brolin, we wouldn't have Freesia. So yeah. Let me get a gauge of what everyone's doing. War, you're going through. I imagine we're starting with Orvex because that's kind of significant. We're going through sort of what Orvex has on you. Okay, cool. So that's where we've got War. What of Valfine and Alexandria? Let's get everybody's footing in this scene.
Oh my god, Valfine probably has a splitting headache after waking up going unconscious to explosions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you just had to kill a few more. You had to help ambush a few more.
That's right. So, it's probably broken. Working on bandaging up, giving Victor a side eye.
Yeah, Victor looks shaken. He's kind of trying to calm himself down, and he's sitting at the table like he just helped you guys deal with the last patrol, which was swift work. Got them dead mostly from range, and Victor's a little bit shaken. I don't think he's having to murder everybody that he's just traveled with for a while. The encounter with Shadow Mantle, especially the encounter with Shadow Mantle, he seems to be trying to calm himself down as well, and isn't making eye contact with anyone in particular. But what is Alexandria doing?
Alexandria is sitting by. I'm going to presume that at least part of a table has survived.
Some of this table is still here.
So,
Victor's at a piece of it.
So she's leaning up on one of the tables with her arms crossed, just gently tapping her chin with a finger, lost in thought. After the confrontation with, what was it, Shadow Mantle?
Shadow Mantle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not talking to anybody really. Just thinking about stuff.
I think we're waiting for War to loot bodies.
Yeah, War.
How much moolah did we get there?
Yeah, War. You're going over Orvex, and you find on Orvex what seems to be basically the equivalent of like half of a explorers, or actually be a scholars pack, like half of a scholars pack. Like anything that had like a use in it, at least half of it's gone. So there's not like not a lot. Yeah, some I don't know. Well, his stuff on his person would be disintegrated. It shouldn't, at least for magical fire. Unless does Fireball catch your clothes on fire?
It'll light up anything that's flammable.
Anything that's flammable. Even
which
Warren?
means I lost my books right at the beginning.
It says not worn or carried.
Not worn or carried. So yeah, Orvex is fine. I think that's literally so spellbooks don't get burned to pieces.
Yeah, unless Orvex died and then another fireball went off, then it's not.
Oh, then it's not. Did 2 go off in that room?
At least I feel like 3 of them.
I feel like 3 at least, maybe 4.
I don't know if that's an actual thing either, but that would be how I'd be like.
Yeah. That's how something does get burned, I feel like, in the scenario. If 2 go off, like, technically, if you are dead and not even unconscious, like, you're just kind of a thing that's going to burn. I like that. So yeah, Orvex is, his gear pack is just scorched over, but you do find... What's up?
Under the desk.
He was under the desk. Yeah, maybe a little bit. What is of significance on Orvex's person, I think, other than that sort of scholar's pack, is he does have a journal that you can pick up. The front of it is scarred. At least a good portion of the pages aren't intact, but one in particular is dog-eared, and when you open it, it is the tale of the 9 gods.
Yeah. War would definitely take that.
Okay.
Orvex's journal.
Yeah, write that down, because I would say with certain things, Orvex's journal could come in handy. As you sort of flip through some of the pages that are still intact, you see some ancient runes of Omnuin, and other sort of theories that that Orvex was getting at. I don't want to get into everything right now, but I think it's a worthwhile item to bring up if you think it would be relevant. And I think something cool with that, we will roll a check to see how much you can decipher, depending on what pages are burned and what aren't. I like that.
Do that, I'll help, because I have ridiculous history. So
that's true. You can get through those crusted pages and see if you can find any runes left over. On those who are left over, the book does not detail anything about what is on the person of these individuals, other than just what is on a mage or a thug as normal. I will tell you that their basic stat blocks, and I'm more sort of glancing over this as there's nothing of grave importance here. There might be something a little more on Zagmira. I will say Zagmira has one part of Ascending Stone. That is something that is worth noting on Zagmira's person, that I've noted. The thugs have maces and heavy crossbows, but do note that any of these things you take, they also have leather armor. Each of them, any of these things that you take because they've been worn by some sort of other person in the area, they are worth half their normal value. And if you're selling it, that's halved again. So that's like, normally your own gear is half. This is halved and halved again. So it's not worthwhile stuff. It's used. The mages themselves hold spell books that are very similar to the one you picked up on a mage block before. There are some unique spells I have entered in which are worth noting, but I think that our resident wizard who would be able to utilize those could already have them, because I gave let me just see here. I believe that there might be goodie. Let me just check. So my girl here, so they go level 5. I just need to see. I know that she has necromantic touch, I believe. I don't have let me see wizard spells here. She has some. She definitely, yeah, wizard spells by level. Let me crack this baby open. See if I can get Alexander anything good off of Zagmira's corpse, because they have up to 5th level circles, so she could have something good. I'm waiting for my spell list to load because it's terribly slow. Come on. Maybe I should get my phone. Maybe I should to see what it is. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it opened as I closed it. My life. All right, wizard spells by level. Maybe it'll load fast now. Come on, you jerk. I just want to see what wizards can have. God, it's doing the load shit again. Okay, roll 20. You gotta step up your game just a little bit for me here. Here we go. Okay. All right. So these are cantrips, and moving down the list here. She has the infestation cantrip. That's true, but I don't believe you can copy cantrips, so those won't even be important to you. Let me see what she has in the area of actual spells. She does have Arms of Hader, if that's worthwhile to you. She does have Cause Fear.
Yeah, I don't have Arms of Hate. What level?
These are level 1. I'm at level 1 right now.
Cool. Arms of Hate don't have it.
Okay, totally write that one down.
Okay.
If you're taking the spell book, which I'm assuming at one point or another War's gonna hand. If War's looting. Yeah. So we can make this assumption. Do a little bit of a gamey thing here, but I kind of want to get this lucrative.
Okay. Arms of Steel level 1.
Inflict wounds. Do you have that?
See, it's difficult because I can't edit and also look at my spell list at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
So I have. Okay. You said it was what again?
Inflict wounds, cause fear, and Arms of Hader, which you wrote down.
Okay, all these are level 1?
Yep.
I don't have any of them.
totally write those. Those are spells that she has, actually, and that's really worthwhile for you. Yeah, her spellbook is the only one that seems to hold anything unique. The others held your standard evocation cantrips and spells.
Is there a way you can just post all the spells in the chat, and then I can cherry pick them off of that, so you don't have to?
The thing is, I did not. I'm going back and trying to remember what extra spells I gave her. I didn't really write down everything perfectly for her. I just know that she was themed to the Necromancer. She was, by the book, a Mage Stat Block, which is exactly what you've already received. But that was really boring to me, and I wanted to give her some extra spells. I don't have them. I'm going by my memory.
Totally
because her token is deleted on here, which I'm very bummed that happened, because I'm missing tokens on here. I must have done it during the last session when we were plugging XP, and I was just deleting people off because her particular token was altered. I do know that she had a
Arms of Hadir, Inflict Wound. What was the third one?
Inflict Wound and Cause Fear.
Cause Fear.
Yeah, those are the first levels. Most of her other stuff is the same. She has the summon, the same summon undead that you had. But she had one other that could be worth your muster here. Let me see here if it's in here. More heroines. Could be a really cool one. Oh, she has Raise Dead. It's a level 5 circle.
Cool.
That is different, and I know that she has. Is there one more?
Saved.
Yeah. Definitely mark that these are ones you have to spend ink on.
I'm just adding them to Ross and C's spellbook because I have a shitload.
That is everything that she had, and she had the same undead one that you had for summoning undead. All right, cool.
Yeah, those are all.
Perfect. So her spellbook, like the others, are all the sort of stone donut circle, effectively, that were hung on a on a belt, and had the spells sort of runed into the circlet. Yeah, you can kind of make a pile for them for Alexandria, and the only one that points itself out as being unique to you is Zagmira's Alexandria.
I would say that's what she's doing at the table. She's actually just got the thick stone circles on the table, and she's just half-heartedly sifting through them while everybody's doing.
I like that. Yeah, we hear like the stones, like they weigh about as much as a dinner plate kind of situation. The stone is polished. So yeah, War, you go over everybody's pockets. I would say gold wise it wasn't a concern. None of them are carrying gold in particular, but if you go over to Judas's cart, Judas's cart holds quite a few different things. Anybody who wants to grab, I would say, just for the effect here, because there's a lot of junk in this cart. Anything on the adventurer's table, the adventurer gear table, under 25 gold pieces is available, but if you're getting multiple of an item, it is limited to a dice roll of how many there are.
So probably grab a couple of the spears.
Each individual,
not spears, javelins. Sorry,
javelins. Yeah, if you want to roll for javelins, I would say roll a d6 to see, roll d6 plus 1 to see how many javelins are in Judas's cart, because Judas's cart would hold, literally everything on the adventurer's gear list under 25 gold pieces. Next, 3 javelins are in Judas's cart, and that's all the javelins.
How many vials of ink are in the cart?
Yeah, go for a roll, man. Give me a 1d4 plus 1.
Okay, I can do that.
Way to search them?
Wait, is ink under 25 gold pieces?
Like a vial of it should be under 25, right? Didn't we say it was like 5 per use?
I need to see adventuring gear.
I don't remember. It's been so long since we.
I know.
We rolled our own like custom stuff for that too.
We did some custom stuff. Yeah, let me just see. Ink.
Yes.
Q, R, A, B, C, D, G, H should be right up here at the top. Ink pen. Ink is 10 gold. So yeah. Go ahead and roll D4 plus 1.
I did. It was 3.
3 vials of ink.
Nice. Nice. And we said each vial had 10 charges of ink in it. Yeah, it was 10.
You know
10.
those are 1. Those are 1 charge.
I thought it was. Oh, all right.
You know.
Let's roll 1d4 plus 1. See how many charges each of them.
Nope, we're not doing that. Get out of here.
All right.
So you said 25 gold and below?
Anything on the adventuring gear list that is under 25 gold pieces is available in this card.
25. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So if it's 25 or under, I'm cool with it basically. So I would say, like an acid vial could be on here.
I'll take ball bearings and caltrops.
Yep, you can have one of
each
each of those since there doesn't need to be multiple. I don't think for that particular one.
I lost all my ball bearings forever ago, and I would
Totally.
like to have some.
Add them to your character sheet.
So, I'm starting to see something. These red wizards, they were onto something I hadn't figured. It's a lot cheaper to record your spells on these circular discs, because you don't need ink. You just need a stone and a chisel.
There is get out of here. There's you can tell by the look of the stone circlet. I love you, Kyle. That there is actually magically imbued inks inside to allow that potency to be there for them to function as a normal spellbook.
I was about to take up masonry.
Dang. I bet there's I will totally theme it to you. It's going to be the same situation gold wise, but I would totally theme it with you to do like masonry to pick these out, like put gemlets in or something. It's because it's unique as fuck.
Can I also grab 10 foot of chain also?
10 foot of chain? Yes, you can. That's a copper, 5 gold pieces. Yeah, you can just grab it.
Yeah, it's 5 GP. It's 10 feet worth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just double checking over here, see if there's anything we may be able to.
A lot of these are just going to be one. A couple of them I will allow, like with the ink, I allowed multiple rolls because I think that's cool. And like javelins are an ammo. Anything else entice any of you guys as you're kind of you're picking through Judas's cart?
Manacles.
Sure. Just know that once somebody's taken the one, that's off the list effectively. So there are no more manacles.
Can I roll to see how many manacles are sitting on the table?
How many manacle sets? Yeah, roll a 1d2 for me. There could be 2.
Figure slaves, you know.
There could be 2 sets. There's only 1 set.
Okay. 1 set of manacles it is. We're going for...
Trying to find a list here.
Adventuring gear is you can find in D&D Beyond, or you can find it in Roll20 if you want to brave the loading time.
Post it there. It's in there.
There's a link to it for D&D Beyond as well.
I'm taking a bullseye lantern.
All right, the bullseye lantern is taken.
Should we take a 10-foot pole so we can not touch rolling with it?
We are about to go into the Tomb of Annihilation. We should probably have a
10-foot
10
pole.
foot
Yeah.
Just make sure 100% you're adding it to your character sheet though.
10-foot pole. Yep.
Because I won't remember you have things.
Pole.
You can actually search these things in Roll20 and drag them.
That's what I'm
sheet.
doing.
Yeah, perfect.
I just want to make sure.
Makes it the easiest to add it and give all the rules to it.
As long as I have that in my inventory, I can make the joke.
Somebody should pick up a climber's kit.
That's a good idea.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I have one.
Yeah, there is a climber's kit in here. It is.
That's 25 gold though.
There would be one. Under. There would be one.
Did you say under 25? Because that's
25 and under was what my thing. So, like I said, an acid vial could be in here.
All right. I need to go backwards. It's like 25. I was skipping. Holy water. Maybe holy water.
Never know how paranoid you are. I need it.
A vial of acid.
Just going through the source.
Yeah, I forgot about this. There was an adventuring party that took ladders, broke them into 10-foot poles, and then sold them, and then bought more ladders. Like,
Oh, God.
like,
So dumb. So funny though.
Okay, Nick Wilde.
Last thing I think I want to grab is a signal whistle.
Oh, that's a great one. Fuck yeah, grab the signal whistle.
And then that's all I can see from the list.
I
That would
guarantee
be-
you that the signal whistle has a real effect. Like an in-game ability. Elemental peak, you are... Oh, it doesn't? That's lame. I would give, like, some kind of... I mean, I would just do what a whistle would do. You could hear it.
Yeah.
Feels like you could add mechanics to that.
There's a portable ram.
Yeah, so it's like a thing that, like, poof, poof. You actually...
Yeah,
it has
it's
benefits.
like the handles with the logs on it. Yeah.
We have one of those.
Bro them.
I was gonna say war.
You get a +4 bonus to your strength check to
But we
ram
have a
down
drill.
doors. Yeah.
Huh.
It weighs a lot, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't say prices.
See, that's when we have.
It doesn't
that's
say
when
the
we have
prices in
Roland-
Beyond?
Yeah, it
Yes,
does. On the one that he linked.
Okay,
like my one?
I must be using something else.
It's got the weight too of each.
Yeah. Where did you post it? Game room?
No,
it's in-
it's in
it's
two,
actually
it's in
in
two,
Roll
in
20.
Roll20.
Okay.
Might grab a crowbar.
Okay.
And did anybody grab a climber's kit?
I think. Did you?
Kyle, did you grab a
I suggested that we do.
Okay, then
Okay.
somebody grab it. Yeah.
Work hand if you want. If you want to, I didn't grab it.
Yeah, I'll grab that.
I have some
So-
chain too, so if we need to like get something a little sturdier than rope, got 10 foot of chain.
Climber's kit.
There's also
What's great is Judas's sort of dead corpse next to his wagon is the dealer before the boss. You know, he's just like, what would
Yeah. What are you
I was
buying?
about to say this is like our
things on sale, stranger.
last gas station for 1,000 miles kind of deal.
What are you buying?
Oh my god.
I'll take actually a set of 20 arrows. Also, I should've looked up the ammo.
Yes, you can do that. You can roll 1d2 to see if there's more. If you're looking for more.
Oh sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna take 2 grappling hooks.
2 of those grappling hooks. Roll. I think there's probably just one grappling hook. Honestly.
Okay, I will take 1 grappling hook. It says there's rods in the adventuring gear, so I guess I'll just take the immovable one.
I don't see rods.
Oh, it's at the very top of adventuring gear. Arcane focus. There's a rod.
Oh, is that arcane focus? Let me see here.
Yeah, so I'll just take whichever one of them is immovable. I'll take that one.
None of them are, unfortunately, unmovable.
Alright,
What's that?
Oh, you don't know what? It's an uncommon magic item.
I do know what it is. I'm being seen.
I was like, all right, you
He's
got me.
literally
I'm
just
being a
fucking with you.
weenie.
I was excited to share something I loved.
What do you mean? It's just rod.
So I
You
rolled a
want the-
2. Does that mean I get a set of 40? Rather than
Yep,
20?
you get a set of 40 rather than 20, up to if
I
you
have-
want that
oh,
many.
God. I got 73 arrows, dudes. Oh yes.
All that you'll never need.
I've
arrows.
had this many arrows since the beginning of the campaign. I
Does
need them.
Valkyrie have a steel mirror already to look around corners?
I think I do as part of.
I think it's literally in one of your
I-
packs.
I think I have either Thieves' Tools or Dungeon.
The Thieves'
Mirror,
Tools
I guess.
comes with a mirror. Yeah, I remember. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Is there an hourglass?
An hourglass.
It's 25 gold. So
There
I'm
is
asking-
one hourglass. Yep.
I will take the hourglass.
Perfect.
So guys, you know that safe room with the supplies in it before the boss? I'm really feeling nervous right now.
Why do I have all this stuff?
Why am I fully stocked in ammunition and healing potions all of a sudden?
So, here's a question.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of null and void since War has a flaming axe, but I do want to ask, if we were to have a bunch of candles and then stick them on the top of his shell, would he not be a moving light source?
By the candles, yeah, absolutely. But the candles, like, I think they last a certain amount of time, and I don't know how far a candle goes. I think it actually goes a decent amount. 5 feet. Dim light for 5 feet.
I was about to say, it
You're
sounds
At that point, I'm just a beacon.
Aesthetically, I
say,
love it because I want to
not
see
even-
this.
He's not even a light source. He's just a target.
Aesthetically, I totally want to see this because candles on the shell sound awesome.
get a little wax-covered shell.
I mean, you guys could see him if he like went down a
Yeah,
dark
yeah.
hall.
Looks like
he
the
just has his axe. He can just turn his
He
axe
could
on.
literally just turn his axe on. But the
It's way
candles
more
are neat.
range. God, you guys are nerds.
And a little less obvious. The candles might be something a little more.
I mean, Dungeons and Dragons is all about doing
Okay,
things
but
that are cool,
stop.
even if it's unrealistic. Like, for
Yeah.
instance, you got a bunch of arrows, even though it's unrealistic that you're going to hit with any of them.
Oh my god! Take 1d4 points of damage. I'm just kidding. I love you, John. I love you so much.
I'll
I
remember that
love
when I need to save your life next.
Valfiend.
I remember
real.
that.
The last thing I'll take is rations and water skins.
Okay, roll a 1d10 on the rations.
Just in case. Alright.
9 rations. And then I roll a 1d6 on the water skins.
Come on, you know you love me.
Yeah, I do.
Listen, I'm not your enemy here. It's Roll20. Roll20 has always been your enemy.
Oh yes, yes, my enemy, indeed.
It's been my enemy too. I have bad dice luck. The enemy of your enemy is your friend. I'm your friend.
Okay. I think I am good from the cart.
I'm all set from the table. Yeah.
None of my bullshit worked, so I'm good. Oh, I have some more bullshit. Could I cast detect magic on the cart to see if there's like a magic item that is like
A hidden
buried,
compartment.
or even a hidden compartment that is behind like a shit ton of wood where it would be blocked?
You could just check Judas's body.
I think detect magic is just like an AoE thing, right?
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
X
it
feet
is.
of material blocks it, or like any amount of lead.
Yeah.
So they have a lead box under the cart.
I mean, a smart merchant probably would, but nobody said Judas was smart, right? I mean, he's dead. He couldn't have been that smart.
Oof.
Oof. Big oofs.
That's- It's a 30-foot radius, yeah.
Okay.
Was it
so
5 feet of stone or something like? Does it penetrate
roll?
5 feet?
Well, you're casting. Well, I'll do it.
Yep.
You're spending a spell slot, Kyle, this day to cast detect magic. Or are you doing a ritual spell? How's it going?
Well, if we're spending a lot of time here, I probably have time for a ritual, but if we don't, I'll just cast a spell.
We've got 10 minutes, don't we? I mean, everyone's rifling through the gear on the cart.
I'm assuming, but I don't want to assume too much. I'll leave that up to the DM if I have to cast a spell or not.
You are casting detect magic. Yes, is that what's happening? You gotta tell me.
Yeah, I'm just asking, do I have time for a ritual, or
That's up to you guys. That's a 10-minute. That's
Uh-huh.
a 10-minute process. If everybody's chilling.
Mhm.
Chilling, going through the articles, organizing equipment.
We could also potentially do like a short rest.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
I Alexandria, you yeah, you guys can do a short rest if that's what you want. I think
Can I?
Yeah, I think everybody's haggard enough that would be
Spend
an
all
agreed
of my
upon.
hit dice.
At least from Victor, who's here as my mouth currently. So after 10 minutes goes by, I know it's a very mundane thing, but I feel like it's fun to like just dig into things we usually look over just a little bit. What does your detect magic spell look like, Alexandria, while you're doing it? What's the process of that? Do you have any flavor, you think?
That's a very good question. I think while she's preparing the ritual, it wouldn't look particularly different than normal. Just her concentrating on bringing the circles to bear, but when she casts it, it would be like holding out her hands and watching a blackish purple cloud seep out of her the sleeves of her robe, and it falls heavy over the items and sinks into the objects, looking for anything. And if something were found, it would be like lightning behind a cloud striking and leading back up to her, where she would just light up with, "Aha! I have found it! The immovable rod, and also this +3 flame tongue sword."
You had to have seen that coming, letting him describe it.
I know, he's a dork. I'm about to take it all away. No, as the smoke sort of seeps into the wood, from your vision, we see it drapes over different objects, each one sort of given a dull tone of mundane nature to your eyes, until they finally fall through the cracks of the base of the wagon itself, and into what looked to be a compartment at its center, one that one would have to crawl underneath between the wheels to have access. And as that smoke curls down, it circles around what looks to be the shape of a jar, and it highlights in a light of, I would say, for you, it would give off a color that is very much associated with evocation.
Hold up.
Yes.
I checked the card for traps.
When?
If she's digging through the cart.
She's not digging through the cart.
No, before she touches it.
Oh, well, we'll see what Alexandria does before you jump into anything, because I've only described that something's been highlighted.
Is she visibly poking around, like?
Not yet. That's
stuff?
right. Kyle hasn't illustrated. I'm just telling him that he sees what looks to be a jar.
I'm holding action for when Kyle starts touching shit.
Josh is ready to activate Malfi.
My purple fart is currently seeping into all the items.
Yeah. It is highlighted a single item that's sort of brightness with a color that you associate with evocation.
I'm curious. It seems like there was something hidden in the cart. Something, I can't tell if the compartment is below or just buried amongst all the items. But it's there, at least. Some kind of jug.
Do you know what it is?
It's an evocation jug.
Explodey.
Or perhaps, well, it generates something. That doesn't necessarily have to be an explosion.
In my experience, it's usually an explosion.
Well, I don't really know what sorcerer would create an exploding jug. I think it's going to be something else. Either way, I guess I'm going to dig for it. I'm going to root through the items and try and find the compartment.
Okay, you start going through the items in the cart, and as you do, sort of, I'm imagining the spell sort of clings for a little while, so that stays highlighted, and you get all the way to the bottom, and you are on just solid wood, and it is beneath the cart.
It's beneath the cart. Wiping some sweat off of my brow.
Where's War during all this? Because I know that Valfine's like right here.
Yeah,
it's totally something that explodes when you mess with the merchant's cart.
So War is just like,
Dead man switch.
I don't know. kind of, because we're doing this short rest, right?
Yeah.
He's probably sitting down nearby, thumbing through Orbex's journal.
Okay, yeah. Thumbing through very carefully some of the crusted together pages. Okay. So yeah, we see our big turtle man as Falcon goes under as Alexandria goes under the cart.
And that was the last time they ever saw her alive.
This is the moment you were waiting for, Josh, with Valfine.
Yeah.
Alexandria's getting into it.
As she like gets down to crawling, or just kind of like tap her on the back.
Yes.
Would you? I'd like to check it first in case it is an explosion you could trigger.
Well, by all means. Nobody was offering any help before.
There are others of us in this room that would benefit from not an explosion. I've had enough of those today.
Well, be my guest.
Okay. So what's the roll to check
what?
for traps?
To check for traps? I mean, you would be probably rolling with your thieves' tools in the situation, but I mean, I would say check for traps, it's thieves' tools using perception, like a wisdom.
Okay.
So if you click on your thieves' tools, it'll ask you what you want to use, and I would say perception, wisdom based, to be spotting the trap. 16. You don't see any traps, but you do spot a compartment underneath the wagon. What looks to be a sort of a chest almost that's kind of been bolted into the bottom of it, and you can see that there's a lock and key, or not a key, but you can see there's a lock on it. And it does seem to be a like compartment.
So it's kind of like she's like half hidden under the cart, just like Grease Monkey style.
Yeah.
There's a locked chest down here. Would you like me to open it?
Well, I'm certainly not going to be able to.
Wouldn't he have the key? Points at Judas.
I thought you checked his body.
Did you go over Judas as well?
I didn't say I did, but I should. I'll go over to Judas.
I thought he went all the way around the room.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you scanned everybody
Right.
situation.
All
So
right.
a couple things you find on Judas. First of all, make an investigation check for me. War.
See, now we may not find the key.
Investigation check.
Wow.
Holy shit, bro!
So yeah,
That's a straight up gamble,
funny.
like +0.
Judas has a total of 175 gold pieces and assorted coins on him. You think that he was probably the money keeper for the expedition. It is on his person in a pouch, of which that pouch has an outside pocket to it, which contains the key you're looking for. But you find something else of note, War. As you look at him, you sort of second guess the nature of his clothing for a moment, and you peel back his sort of leather jerkin, and you see as you peel it back, there is a symbol on his on the other side of his leather jerkin that doesn't affiliate anything with Fae. You see a harp.
Oh shit! No. Well,
He was a harper. And then he'll toss the key in to Valfine.
yeah. Hands under the cart.
What becomes of the gold? Do we leave it?
I'll probably split it. Yeah. I currently have the chest of money from Ross and Seas, so I might just add it to that.
Just put it in your pile, my man. So-
Future,
And
future
you're holding his.
money.
Are you holding his polka dotted boxers too, since you so thoroughly searched him?
Oh my god, yeah. There's nothing hidden on Judas here. All right. Yeah, you get the key. Ching.
Yep.
Toss to the ground. Unlock.
Pick up, unlock.
Okay. Unlock. The face of it comes down. So it's like you're sort of facing the box, and the face kind of comes down this way.
Okay.
And as it does, you see a compartment inside which looks to be filled with like straw to sort of soften the area up. There's some crumpled up sort of paper. It's very much like a delicate sort of situation set up here. You see inside what looks to be about a dozen or so steel jars. They look to be made entirely of metal. They have what looks to be like a cloth cap on the top with rope wrapped around and tied down, and on the front looks to be an actual seal like that you would put on like a letter, like a wax seal in the front, sort of tying down the ropes that tied down the cloth cap to these. You can see that among them, only one holds the cap still on it. The rest have had the cap sort of halfway removed and look to be empty. The only one that is highlighted to your eyes, Alexander, is the one with the cap remaining and the seal unbroken.
Do I recognize the seal?
Go ahead and make a history check.
God damn.
You don't. It is that of a circlet with a single arrow going straight up through the circle.
Carefully pick up the steel jar.
Okay.
Move it.
You pick it. It has a heft to it. There's something inside. It is filled.
Is it liquid?
Um,
Not shaking it, but gently kind of.
Wait, is this the magical item?
the one that's it's highlighted to your eyes, Alexandria. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I stop her from opening it?
She
I'm not
just
opening it.
has it right now.
Oh,
I'm just holding
Do you want to stop her from
Okay.
grabbing it?
oh, I'm just don't open it.
I wasn't planning on opening it.
Okay. For some reason, I was worried you were going to.
We should talk.
As you sort of go back and forth,
Right now.
you don't hear a slosh. It's whatever's inside of it seems to be it's not liquid.
It's light enough that it doesn't swish around. She'd hand it over.
She chuckles. Maybe it's a phylactery, she says, as she
I really
grabs
hope
hold of
not.
it.
In that case, we should definitely smash it.
Well, you don't want to smash it's phylactery. It's not a good idea. Well, I mean, unless you're trying to kill the lich.
I was gonna say, isn't that exactly what you want to do with a phylactery?
I mean, yes, but if you don't know who the lich is or who it belongs to, all you've done is made an enemy you won't see coming.
Is this
So,
your phylactery?
no, I don't have a phylactery. I'm not dead.
Okay, good to know.
You have a phylactery? Is this, she points at Valfine, is this your phylactery?
I don't know. You want to find out?
What are you, inciting me to smash it? Do you want me to kill you?
Good luck smashing steel.
I raise an eyebrow. Do you really think a simple steel object can survive my ire?
Well,
I
Rowan
have
has
a
this
war.
Points over to the page turns. The book is tiny.
Like a little
one.
delicate.
He's trying to, you hear, shit.
It's so delicate.
He tears like 3 pages at once by accident.
They crumble out. Oh,
Anyways, this pointless exchange aside.
At any rate, of course, there are
yes,
more in there,
I
but
said
they
it first.
appear to be empty. Only one is still sealed.
Well, since we seem to have the time, she sets it down on the table and pulls out a small vial and starts making salt circles around it. I'm going to identify it. You're welcome to watch if you wish.
Yeah. Second ritual partakes
Why not?
partakes another 10 minutes of the hour. And as you sort of seal the final bit of the ritual, information begins flooding into your mind. A name, Kyogtam, kind of just echoes inside of your head.
phylactery.
And as Kyogtam so flashes before your eyes, you start to see a story sort of illustrated before you of an ancient druid who would peel moss from trees that have lived longer than some giants, and taking that that sort of substance and churning it with druidic nature to create potent healing poultices, and they would take these and they would spread them throughout the land. They are fairly rare to come about now, but some say maybe only 1,000 still exist in the lands of Faerun, as Kigotam passed long ago. But many people savored these sort of sacred bits that are left over of his divine druidic magic. You know that this information effectively, and I'd like you to roll a d4 to see how much is left in the bottle. You know that there is a very potent ointment within, that it can be swallowed or applied to the skin, and one who does so can receive 2d8 plus 2 hit points, cease to be poisoned, and cured of any disease. There are 3 uses inside of
Holy
this.
shit.
You can actually look up this magic item.
2 uses of that in your pocket right now.
What's up?
You have 2 uses of one of these in your pocket right now.
Yeah.
You will actually have to. You'll actually have to put this. You'll actually have to put this in manually because it doesn't exist in the. I think this is special. For this.
This is even more badass than the thing I made Valfine. You know, back when she liked me.
Oh, come on. You shitter. Look, things have gotten complicated, all right? All right, we haven't had a chance to talk. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so cool. I'm just gonna add this to my inventory then.
Yep, I would put definitely. You could make an extra feature on your character sheet to remind you what it does, or put some kind of note. 2d8 plus 2, 3 uses, ceases to be poisoned and cured of any disease.
2d8 plus 2?
Plus 2. Yep, could be a maximum.
He rolled 1d4 plus 1.
Which means there are 3 uses of it.
Charges. Yeah.
3 uses.
Oh, 2d8 plus 2 healing.
Healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of uses. What?
Yeah, 3
Nice.
uses. So most of the jar, at least more than half, is still there. Or at least in this particular jar.
And I'm adding it as a
Ooh, it smells faintly of aloe. Interesting.
sweet. I've added it as a feature and trait.
That works
So
perfect.
it's all added there.
Yep.
Oh, I should put charges I have.
You can do charges for it. Further up on your character sheet, you can add like actual charges, and that kind of like boxed area where it probably has your arcane recovery and a few others. You can add an extra there if you want to put that in the Roll20 sheet. Makes it life easier.
Sick, dude. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how I got somebody up during the dragon fight.
I tried to get Brolin with it.
Yeah.
He passed away as I was standing over him.
Poor boy.
I was so ready to take the cap off, and he just right in front of me. Like, great, all right, awesome. Had the natural one there.
I don't see a spot to add charges.
So
ammunition.
Like ammunitions area, yeah.
Okay.
Wherever you see those boxes, you can add a new box, name it whatever you want, and put a number in it.
Yeah, that's what I got.
It's nice to keep track of anything that you think you have as like exhaustion points, that kind of thing. Really great to use one of those boxes.
It's been done.
It's been done.
Just
So, yeah, your short rest would quickly conclude unless there's anything, nothing else disturbs you during your time here. Many explosions going off. It seems the inhabitants of Omu probably avoiding this area for that purpose. Yeah, where are the puzzle cubes that you guys currently have? Of which I think only 4 are in the river, if I recall, and then you guys should have 5.
whatever we picked up from here.
Usually I've been carrying them.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
I
carried
would
the
want
one
more
in.
to.
Yeah, because I like carried the one in, but then I ended up. It made it to war somehow.
Okay.
I don't remember how.
So Victor's visibly calmed down during this time as well. I think halfway through the short rest, he's looking a lot better already, seeing that the situation did work out in your favor. He probably goes over to the cart, picks up a few things, pockets them himself, looks over to Judas, shakes his head like, unfortunate. And would wait for the rest of you to conclude the rest as well. He would probably use his time to recover a few spell slots, watch in anticipation with the whole ritual situation happening, and generally be part of the group.
Did you know Judas?
I traveled with him for a time, yes, ever since I was with these red wizards. It is unfortunate. I knew he was a spy. Did not know what his needs were. He was really good at keeping himself hidden, but not to me, unfortunately.
No, he was a dumb spy.
He tried to
Got himself
help
killed.
us. He very well may have saved your life, or mine.
Meh.
Says you should show a little more respect for the dead, especially dead who have sacrificed themselves for you, possibly.
I mean, he could still be useful if we want to give me another 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
Smiles and says, necromancer.
Oh my god.
Though, to be fair, I forgot that he was helping us in that fight.
Yeah,
All
he
I
jumped a wizard, so you guys didn't get another fireball.
Oh, all I remembered was the explosions. I couldn't see anything behind the
fire?
veil of red and the ringing of my busted eardrum.
Funny, I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, you should work on that fainting problem.
Yeah. If only.
Well, time to hit the old dusty trail.
How did the bandages work out here? I see a lot of hit dice rolled. Seems like people are
I'm at
feeling a
42
little
out of
better.
53 now, and I've got 1 hit dice in the bank for the long rest. So.
Alexandria, were you participating in this long rest, or?
Well, here's a good question. I dinged. Does that not mean I get all my HP back?
No.
Long rest,
Like
buddy.
a video game?
No, you gotta do a long rest to even get the benefit. You would after your long rest.
You know what? We've already wested an hour. How about
We've already wested an entire hour.
You can still participate in a short rest, even though there was 2 ritual casts there. I think there's still plenty of time left if you want to spend some hit dice on your
Cool.
9 HP.
I'll roll 2d6.
Okay. I do know one of your undead died. You still have Philippa and Trap.
Sweet.
Sweet, 7 more HP. Yeah.
Yep, 16 HP. I'll be fine.
What's
You're
your
only
max?
spending 1?
I spent 2. I just rolled a 1.
Oh my god. Wait, oh god, yeah, you're right. Wait a minute, you have no bonus to Constitution?
No, I do. I have 2.
So you would have got an extra 4.
Okay, I'm up to 20 now. It's
Alright.
even better.
Perfect. I was like, yeah, add your con.
You can click the hit dice button and it will do it for you.
That works too.
Oh, yeah, that's a button. It didn't look like it. I'll just give myself a number.
No. You already rolled again.
Oh,
Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, basically.
This is another 7.
Alright. You spent 2 though and gained a total of 11 HP, bringing you to 20.
I spent 3.
You spent 3? Okay, for an extra 7. Perfect. And you are also above the bloodied range. Victor is, since he's also getting to take a place here, he's going to do a few of those as well, because he's not exactly in the best spot either. He could definitely...
God forbid, I don't want something to fall 50 feet and instant kill me.
Alright, so...
I understood that reference.
let's do 2d6. What's his con? Nice.
Tragedy.
Nice. I'm gonna do 1 more.
You're gonna do 1 more?
Yeah. I'm thinking about it.
I think that's good for Vic. He's only 8 points off his total HP. He could roll 1 more. Oh, that's perfect. He got an 8. All right. he's perfect.
Nice. I
That's
hear
a-
it's the
that's a good
perfect
point.
number.
Yeah, Victor's all healed up. Any arcane recoveries you want to use, Alexandria, since we are in a short rest and you are a wizard? Victor already used his.
Thought I used it already.
Your points should tell you wherever your arcane recovery points are in ammunition.
Oh, I see that now. Oh. Nope, I haven't used it.
Go for it.
I will get back 1. Yeah, I'll get back to level 3s. Actually, wait a minute. No, I'm not using it.
You're not gonna?
Screw that. I barely got to... I cast 1 spell in that
Oh,
last
okay. Just save it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, there's a reason why I didn't think about using it last time. It's, I have almost all of my spells.
Okay.
I got to do one thing, and then I, too, had a fainting spell.
So yeah, our party is. I'll move you guys. Yeah, you guys are here. All right. So your short rest concludes if there's no other back and forth, and I think yeah, it's up to you guys what you guys want to do from here.
Well, so we dispatched the patrol. What time of day is it now again?
Time of day. So thus far today, you goodness, you woke up, went down to Roston Sea, came back up, right? Oh wait, no, you slept. Oh no,
No, we slept on it.
Slept, and
Yeah.
then you
So
came
it's
here.
like-
It is still just afternoon. It's just breaching morning into afternoon because you
Okay,
guys
so we
woke
have
up and
time
went right here.
we have time to go to the river, get the puzzle cubes. Then
You still have plenty of sunlight. Yep, you're still in
Yeah.
midday. Not even past it.
What a long fucking day, guys.
I know. It's almost like it lasted months.
That was yesterday, though.
Yeah, yesterday
Today's
was
a new
Roston
day.
Sea stuff.
Oh yeah. Yesterday was months long. Yeah, that's
Today
right.
is.
I'm sorry, man. Time gets away from me.
Yeah.
It's the city, I guess.
What can you do, man?
Go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. After this ambush, I am going to sleep.
12:30. Nap time. Nap turns into sleep.
So I guess
so-
if everybody's good,
Because you
I
still
say-
have like your crazy shape water spell, right? Because you didn't even.
Do
So
I
we're
have?
gonna have to-
Yeah, I
we're
do
gonna
have
need
my-
that. So you're gonna need to like part the river again to
Yeah.
get to the shit. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess after this comes the ambush, and then we go to the water. and we
The
get
Red Wizard ambush?
The returning.
Oh,
Whatever that
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
that we
We'll say
moved
that you
through.
guys already did that effective. Yeah, that would be after this.
Chronologically-
That chronologically you
Yeah.
ambush and then
Yeah.
makes sense.
Cool. So I guess
Wow, guys,
my-
I'm feeling great. I didn't even. Whew, man, just
It was just a couple that you
Nothing.
kill them before they probably could even do anything. The wizard went to go cast spells because it was the fucking punk kid. That's the best part. It was the punk one that like you guys hit that really like initially wanted to kill you. The minute it happened, he goes to cast and he was never given an opportunity. And just
sounds good.
yeah, that was Drax. I think I don't remember his full name.
Drax.
Doesn't matter. He's dead now.
Dyrex or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I could bring him with us.
Yeah, if you wanna, because
you're
is
good.
your undead a ritual cast or no, or is it a main slot? I think it's a slot.
I think you gotta burn.
You know, it's not ritual.
So I mean, if you want to blow a spell, you can have some extra undead. You got bodies galore here, accessible to you. That's a part of.
Yeah,
those.
listen, I gotta increase my capita. All right, so we're gonna do it again. I'm going to people seem
Steps outside.
Okay, yeah, war steps outside, away from this.
you know what? I'll go with the fresher ones. I will animate the that people we ambushed.
So how many new? So you have 2 zombies currently. How many new zombies do you get? Or
I'm
zombies or
trying to-
skeletons? It's up to you.
trying to read through that right now to see how many the individual
like
spell.
2 plus something. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's completely up to you to figure out how that spell works.
Choose a pile of bones or corpse within range.
And then I believe higher level spells give you more. I'll try to help you. I don't have it up right now.
Oh, it looks like it's only 1.
You should be able to do more than 1. Higher level cast, you should be able to target more than 1 corpse, right?
Yeah, but it's a level 3, so if I target an additional, I'm using the level 4, which we need to do the water.
I mean, yeah, just grab Dyrax if you wanna go back up to 3.
When you cast a spell at 4th level or higher, you animate or reassert control over 2 additional undead creatures.
Oh, so you would get a lot with a level 4. That's how you go from 1 to a ton. I see.
But remember,
Yeah, well,
4 hours you have to cast it again.
Yeah, this is just a slower way. Casting it as a 4th is just faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So
just gonna spend 1/3 and grab a Dyrax.
Yeah, and I have to
skeleton or zombie.
You know what?
Skeletons have range.
They have range.
They have arrows.
Oh, so this is like Diablo 2.
Yeah, you get zombies or you get skeletons.
Gosh, I think I might start going with skeletons just because.
But you can mix in a golem, a single golem for
You
free.
can do summon a greater undead. That's something that happens later.
Yeah, no, we'll get there eventually. So I guess this one will be a skeleton.
Yeah, we see his flesh boil back as it peels away, very Indiana Jones style, and a skeleton rises from his previous flesh. The bones kind of break and snap in his ribs and shoot together to form a bow. Another bone, just from somewhere, breaks off and forms the arrow. Another bone shifts and turns to make it into a scythe as well. They have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon.
Nice. Need to think of a cute name for him.
And War left the building during this. I think Victor would as well.
I wouldn't.
Elfine's watching with
I'm too
morbid
busy.
curiosity. Yeah.
I'm too busy. I don't have time for these weak stomachs. So, yeah, cool. New skeleton. I'm gonna call him.
Call him Dyrax.
I'm gonna call him Jawbone.
Jawbone. Nice.
Jawbone, the skeletal archer.
Nice.
All right, Jawbone it is.
All right.
Make sure to write that down somewhere.
I expect a character sheet to be made by the DM
It's
for
just a
me.
skeleton that you have access to. Get out of here. So, not doing that.
He's gonna write up a backstory for a skeleton.
yeah, right, Jaw. You got Jawbone, Trap, and then I forget what the other guy's name is. One of them is something funny.
In life, he was a shit. In death,
Philip.
A second chance at life.
Yeah, you have Philip and Trap, who were humanoid. So they were salamanders.
I'm so glad they survived. Fuck that other one. That one was useless. Philip and Trap, though.
Yeah, your named ones have made it. Unnamed died. That one. That was great. So, yeah, you got Jawbone. All right. Where to from here, gentlemen? Is it the river?
I think the river.
That's where we're headed.
Okay.
Gotta get the rest of the queue.
We make our way over to the river itself. Let me change our situation here with the music. Go here, and then we're going to do one of these. Okay. Should illustrate a river for us. Perfect. All right. So we approach the sort of slow-moving water of the overtaking flood of Omu, and as we do, we see the many sunken ruins about it, and that sort of ringed wall in the distance. I'm kind of imagining you guys here, since this is close to where the location, or here rather, close to the location of where you originally hid the stones. And yeah, you can see just the massive water before you. Alexandra, you're casting the spell?
Mm-hmm.
right? You part the water all the way across to the building itself, and as it pushes away, that powerful fourth circle magic sort of straining you to do so, but it allows for passage for others to go in as sort of the wet bottom of the river bottom exposes itself, and individuals are going over. Who?
Oh, I have to
retrieve it.
Alexander has to concentrate on the spell and
we
move it.
buried it too, so like I'm going in there to dig.
Yeah, escort.
Yeah. I think the process probably takes better part of an hour, not a full hour, but you get in there. There's nobody waiting for you. Nothing there per se. Nothing seems to have attracted itself to this area in particular. Your journey here hasn't gathered any ire of any surrounding creatures. You go in. You take the time to sort of shovel through the muck. That's probably what takes the longest, is getting that mud out of the way, because it just pours back in. And you finally uncover what did you put it in? A chest?
No, we don't even have to do that. I'll use prestidigitation to suck the water out of it.
To suck
down
water
there,
out of the thing,
out of the sand.
Yeah,
So it just dries in.
I think you can do that to help the process along. It's still going to take the same amount of time that I had, but I like that thematically, that you're helping with the drying of the sand. And you can dig into. And what was it in? Was it in a chest?
I don't remember if we put it in anything or if we just buried them.
You just buried them.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. You would spend a little bit of time. They've been underneath in the water a little bit. They all seem to have been dug deep enough. You put them in to assure that none would get drawn out with the water and thrown into lava, because that would be terrible. And you're able to peel out each one individually, and you count 9 stones on your person.
Righty.
Each of them holding a different animal shape representing the many trickster gods of Omu.
It's been a long journey.
It is quite the sight. You were smart to hide them here.
Thank you. I was rather proud of it myself.
Powerful magic. Strong.
Oh,
you should
baby,
teach it
I'm
to
only
me sometime.
started. Oh, I guess I could do that.
Perhaps we could exchange spell books.
I'm kind of between spell books at the moment.
Oh, yes.
I've got like 4 of them.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys can easily make it back to shore. How long does the spell last, Kyle? Do you get it for a while, or is it 10 minutes? If it's 10 minutes, or yeah, is it like an hour?
I think it is 10 minutes. Let me double check it though, just to be
10 minutes.
absolutely sure.
If it's 10 minutes, I take back what I said, and you totally prestidigitation the fuck out of that ground, so you could do this really fast.
300 feet, casting time 1 action, duration, concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we needed you to dry that sand. Like, if you weren't there to do that part, like, this would go. So you guys dug this thing up in 10 minutes and got the fuck out of there, got to the shore before that spell failed. Because you don't have another circle of it, do you?
Nah.
Yeah, you had to get out there fast. So this process was like, lickety-split, gotta go. And yeah, you guys are back on shore.
We had to do that to bury him. So.
True, which also had to be lickety-split.
Yeah.
To be fair, I could use the ring to cast it again, but I don't have any other
Yeah, you'd have to
spells.
save it the day before, right?
No, actually, I reread the ring. It's literally just, it has X power, and you can use it to like spend the spells.
You don't actually have to store the spell inside the ring?
You have to store, like, you have to put X amount of slots into it.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't have to be the specific spell. Like, if I put a fireball into it, it's just 3 level 1 spells or a level 3 spell.
Roger, I see.
It's not the fireball spell.
Perfect. Yeah, I think you return to shore then without having to expend anything extra, and it's just having to go a little bit faster to get the job done. And yeah, you have the nine cubes.
Guys, we win. That was the objective, right? Get all the cubes.
And I think Victor is, he's got a definite look of, like, a sigh of relief seeing all of them at once, and his eyes kind of open up a little bit. He just says, I don't believe I would have succeeded without your intervention. Thank you.
And when we get back to the shore, I think Valoria will wipe her hands and take a deep breath and say, well, looking at the party, if anybody was going to betray us, now would be the time.
Yeah, you look around.
We have all the cubes now. No traitors. We're good.
You do not see any... Yeah, you
We're gonna
You have the cubes. You don't see any traitors around. Nobody waiting to kill you. Nobody...
Wait, do we know what Victor wanted from inside the thing?
No, he said it was his own business.
Yeah.
You can bring it up.
No traitors yet.
Yeah. Yeah, War will probably say, well, now that we have them all, next step is opening the door.
I'd say next step is a nap. And then opening the door after said nap. Sounds pretty good. Unless anybody is particularly close to leveling up, in which case we can wander around the city and kill some boars and then take a nap.
We are currently, just so that you guys are aware, if you haven't seen already, it's us right now. Mr. Josh is on a work call. He will join back with us soon. So we're at a two-man right now. So you guys have control of where things go from here.
Well,
I feel like I'm gonna hold off asking until Josh gets back. I think.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Bring it up when he.
Put a pin in that conversation.
Oh yeah.
That's fair. I assume we could also probably do the long rest.
You can. The only problem being a long rest can't happen quite so frequently between your previous long rest, since you literally slept this morning and we are just exiting morning. You could spend the day just holed up in a home waiting for nightfall, at which point you would be able to benefit from it. You can technically take a short rest whenever, or a long rest whenever you want. You can only benefit from it after 12 hours have passed. Actually, I think 24 hours have passed.
So I guess we have a whole day to do something. Valfine seems to have fainted again, so I suppose we'll wait for her to wake up. So, War?
Search some nearby buildings.
Yeah, we could do that. Why not?
Yeah, you guys want to investigate nearby abandoned building?
Yeah, let's secure a building for our inevitable need to rest. We could travel closer to the door as well, and then pick a spot near there so we don't have to travel the next day.
Sounds like a plan. Scope the place out.
It is not a bad idea. What of these cool art buildings on this awesome map we have? Which of these interest y'all?
I was just looking at it. It's the one you're pinging? That's the road that goes to the door?
The door is supposed to, according to... Yeah, it's supposed to be... No. Here.
No?
This.
There. Huh.
The one that doesn't have a cool little door-looking archway.
Yeah.
Right.
The one that doesn't... I mean, maybe go rest there. That seems interesting.
What a trick!
It's completely up to you guys where you want to go. Which of these buildings seems cool? Like this one would totally be closer. This is where you want to go to this one or here right at the end?
Yeah, it's got a cool little thing in the back, multiple levels.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys make your way down this sort of open highway road, similar to the one you crossed when you first entered into Omu. This one, juxtaposition to it, in a little bit better condition than the main road. Actually, a lot of the brush has been moved to the side purposefully, probably by the Red Wizards during their time here, especially after you pass this area here. So pretty much from that stair up, it seems the Red Wizards have gone about clearing this pathway towards the the entrance to the tomb, or what they believe to be. As you approach this building and look upon it, Alexandria and War, we see, this sort of multi-tiered building where, like, the closest one to the road is the smallest, almost representing some kind of wraparound porch, and then the next is bigger, and the one behind it bigger still. You can tell that there's some sort of tower apparatus attached to the back of the building. I don't know if apparatus is the right word. A tower is attached to the back of the building that seems to peek up over the three-tiered buildings themselves, and you look upon what seems to be a residential mansion of sorts. You imagine belonging to somebody of nobility within the Omnuin royal structure, as the individual carvings and statues built on it seem to be of an exquisite detail, even though they've had the worn time of being in an abandoned city for however many hundreds of years. There's definitely a little more pizzazz to this home. You can also see that the home seems to have gone over renovations that are a little more recent than the other parts of it. I would say it's pretty noticeable that a lot of it is crumbling, but there is extra parts of it that seem to be built still in the same Omnuin fashion, but probably very recently. You could be looking upon architecture that was some of the last built before the Omnuins perished.
Well, War. After you.
SWAT, open the door!
Stack up!
Oh my god.
We'll step in and take a look around.
Yeah, you step into the first tier. Alexandria, are you at his side?
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna let him go in by his lonesome.
Okay, yeah, Victor's also here with you guys. I just didn't know if you were separating or sticking together during your time. When you first step into the porch sort of wraparound area, the first thing you would notice is that there seems to be a very large collection of jugs here. It's completely filled, where there probably was once, you imagine, furniture to sort of view out and have a luxurious kind of porched area. It seems to be a large collection of jugs. Many of them smashed now. Whatever was probably contained within them once is gone, but you can see within some of them it looks to be solidified cement, and just sort of jug after jug after jug, and you see tools sort of lined up against the walls that have rotted away. Most of their wood parts no longer intact, but some of the stone and metals still clinging to symbolize what they once were. And a lot of these sort of jars and jugs, some of them standing as tall as your knee, some of them almost up to chest height, very large. It seems to have all at one point had some sort of substance in them. The ones that you do find do seem to be like a solidified, like clay or concrete. Very much evidence of like work being done. That is the first sort of porch chamber you've entered.
Usually stumbled upon a masonry.
It would seem kind of like that, but very not what you would expect from the outside architecture. War.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing to kill us, so that's good.
I'll try to push his way into the area a little bit further.
Okay, yeah, you push yourself even further in, moving past the porch and into the first sort of tier of the building proper. You open up into a chamber that is sort of circular, very, very vast, and opens up into an even wider chamber beyond that adds to the part of this sort of circled, beautiful, almost dome-like structure that is the centerpiece to the house. You can already see stepping into this first sort of part of the dome that the house goes up a second tier with a railing that is smashed in different places. There was probably at one point a beautiful glass sort of window at the top that's had all the glass smashed in and is open, and you can see the sky coming through and all of the sort of vines and all that stuff. The first thing that you would probably take note of is that this seems to be the older part of the house. The stone seems a little more dilapidated. There are pillars holding up one side. The pillar is crumbled and the balcony is crumbled along with it. But something of note, any kind of furniture, or what was once here as, you know, sort of the natural residential purpose for this home, has been shoved over to one side of the room and is completely dilapidated at this point, and the area is left open. But everything seems to be sort of stacked. What was once probably plush, beautiful chairs, you only see the bare framework of. And then you see that this side of the room, it's a little bit disturbing. The first thing you see are pits dug into the marble floor. The marble stones themselves have been pulled off, and you see what looks to be dilapidated iron bars put across the pits, several of them dominating the center of the room. The wall that has had everything removed from it, that is bare when you enter, still in that sort of circular area, has sets of chained manacles, a lot of them rusted and rotten away, not a lot of them in a great place, and you see obviously that they are all empty at this point. You don't see any evidence of bones or anything, but you see a set of at least, like, God, it's got to be like 2 rows of 16 manacles, this entire wall. These metals and this sort of dug into the floor, recent. More recent. Not obviously still old, but like not as old as the house.
I'm guessing this used to be a Wanti holding area for their slaves.
Sorry, I was taking a nap. Where did we wind up?
Explain, my friend.
We are in a home near the entrance to the Tomb of Annihilation, or I guess it's more of a masonry building. However, we just stumbled upon what was, well, potentially a slave pen for the Yuan-Ti.
How close are we to the tomb?
You're on the map. Where it shows on the map where the party token is where you guys are. So you guys,
we're, like, right there.
they're in this building right here.
The door's at the end of that.
Yeah, the door is supposedly at the end here.
And we're digging through a building. Are we like bedding down for the night, or?
They're looking for, they were looking for a place to stay, and they went for the closest building. It is still midday, like not even, the sun is still at its highest, but looking for a place to base.
We got like manacles lining the walls and stuff?
2 sets of 16 sets of manacles that could easily house 32 prisoners, and you see at least a dozen pits dug into the marble floor. The stone has been removed, the pits dug, and iron bars put across it. All of these additions seem old still, probably 100, maybe more years old, but nowhere near as old as the house. They are additions, obviously.
We're just gonna flip his axe on so that they can see better.
Yeah, you light the sort of dark corners of the room. No, go ahead.
After he does that, I check for traps before we touch anything.
Go for it. Make perception. It's wisdom based with your tools. Yeah, you don't see any. You don't see any traps. You think nothing malicious, nothing triggered, nothing waiting for someone to come across this. You actually, the only thing that you can take note of is that maybe if these pits were covered up, that would be a dangerous situation. You're not sure how deep they are. The iron bars going across them. You're not sure how weak they are, dilapidated. Stepping on them, probably not advised.
This place gives me the creeps.
Well, it's not comforting.
I don't spot anything strange, but I wouldn't stand on any of the metal.
Let's change our music back to jungle. Not this one. This one. And then let's change our music up a little bit, because this place is a little not nice. It's not a nice place. Yeah, you can see that the room tapers off to. Okay, I guess we're going with that music.
Hey, I mean that makes sense.
That makes sense. The room
Manacles
tapers
and
off
bars.
into a chamber to the right, and then at the very back of the room seems to be that tower you saw from the outside. You can immediately recognize that, though you're not in that chamber, that the stonework is brighter from there. It's less dilapidated. It is newer work. Whatever the tower that was sort of tacked on to the back of this house, you can see the entrance to it from this chamber, and the stonework is already looking newer than what is around you.
Probably.
So we have two, like a split.
Yep.
into two chambers?
So we have so you've entered in what was the first entered in what was like a porch area filled with masonry jars and tools that were all dilapidated. The whatever goods were inside the jars solidified.
Or torture tools or whatever.
Yep. The next chamber is a huge circle chamber that dominates most of this building, where you found sort of the slave pen situation that Alexander's explaining, and then attached to that huge circle area is a single other chamber and then a tower in the back.
Considering what we've discovered thus far, I'm actually a little worried what we're going to find in the tower room.
Do we want to continue or do we want to leave?
A slave gallery.
I mean, this looks more recent, but still old.
I'm worried that maybe Yuan-Ti will return.
Well, we have a peace agreement with them now, yeah?
I wouldn't say that, necessarily.
Well, I can almost guarantee their leadership doesn't want to start anything with us, so unless we started something, I think we'll be fine.
Or they haven't returned yet and heard the news.
Well, then they'll die, and that's their problem. Ooh, and my benefit.
Are you going to sleep cast Fireball in that case?
Is that a thing?
I don't think so, which is why I was asking a very serious question.
If it is a thing, I would much like to learn it. Being able to cast Fireball while I'm sleeping would be very good for ambushes.
So, short answer is you can't.
The short answer is the one you already knew. You're just being a little shit about it.
Victor moves up to one of the pits to investigate cautiously.
As we bicker. Hey, usually Brolin gets to bicker with you. I don't get to banter with you anymore, so I'm kind of overshadowed a lot. So.
Oh my god.
We're also gonna walk up there.
Yeah, looking down into
Lovers quarrel as you guys move ahead.
make a perception check, War.
Ready? Perception.
It's on brand. Perfect.
It gets a bit dark down there, but you can see from what you can see just peering down, it just seems to be a almost perfectly sort of like dug into the dirt of the foundation of the building, past the stone into the dirt, probably about a 10-foot pit, solid on the bottom. You can see that what looks to be whatever the masonry piece that was there is on the bottom, so it matches the sort of look of the floor. So, but it's still obviously dilapidated, and it's just kind of, it's almost like someone took a square chunk of the stone and pushed it down into the ground, and then these iron bars were placed across it and bolted in. Empty. You can look over a few of them. There's at least a dozen, and they all seem to be the similar situation. They're empty. Something of note: there are chains hanging over the sides of a few of them that look to have been once bolted to the floor. That piece is completely rusted. Much of the iron here is rusted. It's old, and you imagine that chain was probably used to pull up people, as that chain does hold on its end sets of manacles.
Mm-hmm.
As Victor and War step ahead, Velphine would tug on Alexandria's shoulder and give her and she's going to whisper, tonight we need to discuss something that's important.
Joy. I'll just put your watch before or after mine, I suppose.
Okay, we can do it at the watch change. Just make sure that Victor is asleep.
Sure. Like, make sure he's asleep, or just
I
make
would
sure
not.
he's asleep?
I'm not going to count on you to start a physical altercation.
It wouldn't be physical. It would be about 300 yards away with a fireball.
I would advise against that as well. We need to talk. Just
listen. If you need Victor Boy out of the picture, I'm sure War would be more than happy to.
I don't. I'm not asking for a hit. Just
No?
humor me, please.
I'm fair. Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
During
And
this,
then she would
Yeah.
turn away and start maybe looking at the tower in the back of the room, kind of
Sure.
just continuing on his business, just making it kind of a snip, snap, quick
During
interaction.
this brief step aside, they've kind of moved back, I imagine, enough and out of the room to not be heard, obviously.
Or whispering low beneath
whispering low.
perception passives.
Passives. Is there anything, so it's kind of you and Victor here, War. Is there anything you say? I know you were expressing interest in speaking to Victor for a short amount of, maybe a time. This could be that opportunity to do so privately if you wanted.
Yeah. He'll say... So, I appreciate all the help that you've given us.
I appreciate your help twofold, friend. Honestly, you came in just in time. I don't know how much further I would have gotten without you. What I said is true. My plans were running dry.
So I know you want to get in there. Is there anything... I'm hoping we don't have conflicting goals in there.
He smiles, says, "No conflicting goals, friend. I only wish to see evils put to bed."
That may line up with what we're gonna end up doing in there. You heard us. You talked to Shadow Mantle, right?
I did. Your intent to deal with the soulmonger is noble. One that I will help you with if I can. I too wish to see such things no longer be influencing this realm.
Yeah. The death curse has been a bit of a downer.
He says, yes,
Just a little.
I imagine people being unable to access their gods is a stressful situation. The afterlife used to be something people could control. It's odd when we are unable to, isn't it?
Yeah.
And,
Very much.
yeah. He, did you ever mention anything to Victor about Dendar? I'm just curious before we conclude this.
I had that conversation with Valfine.
Yeah,
Well,
we
he was
talked.
kind
I
of
know
off
that we talked. I don't know if you ever discussed it with
I
Victor,
don't.
though.
Yeah, like he could have maybe overheard that
If he wasn't included, he didn't overhear it. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
that
wanted to
was
know.
nighttime between watches sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
just
hung
wanna
out
know.
together on a watch, and
Yeah, and he'll I think yeah, Victor will just say, "It's good to have strong companions at my side again."
Likewise.
Perfect. And then I think it's around the same time Alexander and Valfine rejoin. Valfine, you said you were heading to the back?
yeah. Can I make a general, I guess, like a search? Anything of note in this room?
In this room?
Yeah, like in this, because you said that there was a tower near the back.
Yeah, that's a
Around
separate
that-
chamber. Yeah, and then there's another
Yeah.
like square chamber.
Can I like peek in there with my dark vision? And not
Yeah,
actually
you
enter?
can totally look into it, and it is dark. Absolutely. There doesn't seem to be any windows attached to that tower, and you step up your elven vision, piercing the veil, and you see within a disturbing circular chamber, probably a tenth of the size of the major circular chamber to this building. You see a single tiered room, no ceiling to it. At its very center looks to be a chair, and the more your eyes adjust, the more details you get. You see that this chair is made of stone, or clay rather. It is Omnuin built, and so are the walls around this chamber, newer than what is in the chamber before. This is an addition, probably some of the most recent work of the Omnuins before their disappearance. And you see this chair is in the center of the room. It seems to be the only detail. There are mosaics painted in this chamber as well, quite a lot. Your dark vision standing out here doesn't give you as much detail, but you can immediately see that this chair is illustrated to hold skulls. It looks to be a throne of skulls.
Must not scream. Scream reference.
New skulls, old skulls. Can
They
I tell
look
the
to
general
be.
age
They
from
look to
here?
be clay.
Cracked and old,
They look to be
dried out?
clay skulls. Like they look to be the seat itself has carved skulls into it.
Well, I guess you've discovered what this potter that used to own this building did in their free time.
Yeah.
Also,
I-
skulls for the skull throne.
Blood for the blood god.
Do you hear the voices too? I like to think this is just like Valoria screaming this from a different room for no reason.
Oh my god. So great.
Okay. Definitely not entering the room alone.
Oh, I'll be there then. That's fine.
Yeah, so totally like holding for the rest of the group. I kind of nasty in there, honestly.
Are they all human skulls?
Illustrated to be so, yes.
Well, I give points for creativity.
Can I judge how large the chamber is, or does my dark
About a
vision-
tenth of the big size here, so I'm gonna say like on a radius, like if we're gonna put squares into that, it's a 3x3 with the center 5 foot.
Anything else in the room other than the thing? Is there like shelves of torture racks or something, or
No, it's just the chair, and then the walls, which are newer, and they are
it's
painted.
just the chair?
The chairs themselves are so the chair.
No.
It's a chair, and then the floor and the walls are painted with like illustrations.
Okay, well, now I'm just walking into this one. What's on the wall?
You're gonna follow behind Alexandria, but hand on the rapier.
Yeah.
I've never seen you so scared of a chair, Valfine.
Chairs alone in the center of a chamber don't exactly instill much.
Where else would you want to put your throne? I would have it at the center of my room.
I would rather not have one.
Is it facing the door?
It
is
is.
it facing the door?
Yep, it's facing the door.
No.
Yeah, it only makes sense. Center of the room, facing the door, seat of power.
Where's
Makes
War?
sense.
Is he behind this? Is he here?
He was out with Victor, so they probably would start walking their way that way.
Okay.
And with
Yeah.
his axe is up, so there's light.
Belfane's not sneaking, so you'd probably see them like either around the
Great.
corner or.
There's light. I love it. As Alexandria is speaking, and the light comes and illustrates stuff. Alexandria, you want to know what's in the walls as you walk in. You're describing the chair. You're like, of course it's gonna face. You go down the steps. There's like 3 sets of steps down the base of the tower, a little bit lower than the
Great.
than the room itself. And as the light hits the walls and the colors reflect back to you, you tell me if this is disturbing or not. You see illustrations of faces stacked on top of faces, stacked on top of faces on faces, going all the way up the tower, each face illustrated to be a different individual of a Chultan descent. All of the faces stare out, and their expressions are expressionless. They just look out. Some of them might have a look of... the only expression that comes, their faces are silenced. Their eyes express what they feel. Some are giving off feelings of surrender, others of utter fear. None of them are good. You don't feel any positive emotion coming from the eyes of each of these individuals, but you see what looks to be more than 100 different faces illustrated on the walls, down to the floors, all centering down, illustrated in perfect lined rows, centering perfectly at this skulled throne.
Valoria.
Hmm.
Don't look directly at them.
At the faces.
At the faces.
Well, I see them, so I'm already looking at them.
You are surrounded by sets of eyes.
Well, interesting choice. I suppose I would have assumed they would all be skulls going with the motif of the chair. Oh, I wonder if these are the victims. That would be an interesting twist.
It's a lot of victims.
I don't like this place.
I only count about 100. It's rookie numbers in the grand scheme of things.
How high is the ceiling?
It goes up a little bit higher than the roof of the building, so you think about 3 stories.
Is there anything? Is there like a chandelier of skulls?
Just peaks at the very top, and it the whatever sort of masonry like did like a coat, like you know that there's like a tower peak at the back, but the very top of this doesn't illustrate that. It's actually like curved over, like domed, and the faces go all the way up there. You would go up and you would even see a face at the peak, a few.
I don't like this. I'm gonna go watch the front door.
Yeah, Valfine steps away.
I suppose a piece of art like this really can only be appreciated from one place, she says, looking at the throne.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
God damn it.
I'm gonna sit on the chair.
Of course you are, you shitter.
You do. You sit on the chair. Before
I'm gonna give it a look. I'm gonna give it a look first. Do
okay, okay.
Do I see a perfectly positioned like butt spike? Am I gonna get?
No.
Okay.
Solid stone, and clay. The skulls are illustrated on the outside. The seat looks comfortable.
All right, I would like to do my own investigation or perception check just to get an idea now that I'm like right in
War, Victor's also decided to step out of this room, not really wanting anything to do with this situation. What are you sticking around?
Yeah, he's not gonna leave her solo.
Okay.
In this situation.
Okay.
Valoria, are you gonna pull a Leon?
A Leon.
Sitting on the throne.
Oh, totally.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I thought you were going with a different way with that reference. More like I'd be pulling an Ashley. I'm gonna sit on this chair. I'm gonna get trapped, and then you're just gonna hear my voice, Leon!
As it like disappears into the floor or something. Some stupid.
Right.
Great. All right. Anyway, now that we have that in our minds.
So yeah, what check do you think DM should I be rolling? Investigation or perception?
Investigation if you're getting in there and really like looking at it, hands-on situation. Perception if you're just trying to peer at it, not touching.
While she's looking, I'm posted at the door. I'm watching for returning traffic. For sure.
Not going any. There's one more chamber that wasn't discovered. I just want to make sure you're avoiding that.
Nope, I'm making sure we don't get surprised.
21 perception. You see that the skulls go down to even smaller sizes, and looking at how many skulls are on this throne, you think there are as many as there are faces on the walls. It's probably
they're clay.
close. They're clay. Yep.
Yeah, they're not real. Okay.
Some of them get really small. Line up.
I'm gonna sit on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit on it.
You sit on the throne. War, you're just watching?
What are you doing?
Well, she says in a cool voice, as interesting as an art installation this is, I imagine it can only truly be appreciated from the center.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn, I knew it.
I am going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Get possessed by a lich again.
Wow. You feel a presence within you coming to the surface. Alexandria.
Oh yeah. No, not me.
Not you, Alexandria. Sorry, I almost said Valfine. I'm used to that. you feel a presence coming to the surface. You have the will to hold it back if you want. Or you can let it
Well,
through.
is it asking politely or is it demanding?
Oh,
because that's going to really determine our exchange here.
It is definitely way too pompous to ask nicely. It would be effectively let me speak.
It's asking to speak through me? Or is it asking
It's
to
asking
speak to me?
to make its presence known effectively. It's asking to come out. You feel it come from within the recesses of your mind and start to try to push forward. And it's unable to. You kind of feel it and then stop it. And it is not asking, it's telling. It's, let me speak.
All right, I will let it speak.
God damn you.
But it will know that I am allowing this.
Yeah. It doesn't
because
like that.
it already tried, and I stopped it.
Oh my god.
It doesn't
we're,
like that.
We're 10 feet from the tomb and you're gonna go get possessed. Are you fucking kidding me?
This is only from your point of vision, Alexandria, but we see you don't see anything. Alexandria's spoken, said to get the best perspective and sat down and looked. Nothing else will change to you here to be able to note. There will probably be a moment of pause for Alexandria, which we can talk about in a moment. That's, I think, the most that's going to happen here. We see as you permit the presence, and we see forming before your eyes in this sort of darkened room, your dark vision sort of giving that black and white look, as pieces of a spectral form, like ash, form back together, almost as if you kind of, it's almost like reversing like the Infinity War ash away situation as it sort of peels back together. And we see the face of a individual, their head, bald hairs clinging to their to the back of their cranium, and as they sort of come down, they are withered and twisted. Their face a cracked form, one eye missing, a hand also not present in one of its forms, and as it peels its way out, it begins to its eyes centered on you, looking around, and it speaks, but it doesn't seem as though it's speaking to you. It's just speaking. It doesn't even want to regard you as a presence in the room, but its voice is heard within the echoes of your mind. As it's moving, and it's like arms like curled behind it situation, almost very like kind of like tied behind its back.
So
it's
it's missing a hand.
Missing a hand, missing an eye, and we can see the robes that kind of cling to it are withered as well, barely clinging to sort of ashen form, pieces of it floating away in its spectral form as it turns, and it just circles around. Is this where you sat, my protege? A throne built for a god of gods? No, you're never so pompous. What do you do, Alexandra? Do you just listen? Like, what do you? Tell me what you do.
There's two things about her countenance. One is she's absolutely taking the Leon pose on the throne. So she's leaning onto one of the arms, got her chin in her hand, eyebrows raised, one leg up on.
Yeah.
However, there's at least for him, he can see that she's sitting there, but in front of her eyes floats a ghastly blue pair of their own that move separately. If she ever adjusts, they trail behind her.
I like that. Yeah, like
by
blue trails.
A fraction. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. That's perfect. Is that something only is that just visible to him? This is because I don't know how we don't.
That's only visible to him.
Okay, good. Because War is gonna lose it if we. Yeah.
He's just on the throne. Blue sparks just coming out of the
He'll step further.
Stops for War kind of thing.
He'll step further forward and put one sort of crinkled hand on the armrest of the chair on one side, and the missing hand he'll lean the stump into the other as he moves forward, looking still at you but almost through you, feeling as though he's speaking to someone else. Is this where you gathered them to build your tomb? One at a time, each face painted on the wall. How much did it cost for each soul of the Omnuans? I wonder. How much did it cost to build your masterpiece? And he just smiles, a crooked smile, the teeth rotted back, few clinging to the gums of this unnatural creature.
There is no cost too great for this piece of art I make.
You will bring me closer. And he just sort of into you. We see the spirit sort of morph into you as this scene dissipates. A total of maybe 20 seconds of silence as you've rested in this chair. This encounter with the thing inside of you.
Okay. Is my perception back to normal?
Yeah, you don't see this thing anymore.
Okay.
The specter.
So like, time's restored back to its, like, normal perspective.
Pretty much.
I can see War just giving me the
look of, like, disapproval.
Okay, cool. For whatever reason, I thought... so I need to ask for clarity.
Yeah.
This thing that was talking to me, was that already from inside me, or is that something that came out of the chair? Because
do you think Alexandria would know?
So, I don't know.
Make a insight check.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna like the answer.
Because I thought it was, like, coming out of the chair. Insight check. It should have rolled.
Yeah,
There it
it's
goes.
You don't think the chair has any magical properties?
Okay. Good to know. That's good to know. Alright. I guess, well, she'll see War looking at her that way. And she'll look at the walls and say, well, I will go so far as to say that they definitely all, she'll, like, shift her perspective. They definitely all do appear to be staring at you when you're sitting in the chair, so I imagine whoever built this was rather lonely. And also had a lot of spare time on their hands. But aside from it being phenomenally creepy, nothing strange going on. Definitely no magic. I mean, the chair's made out of, she knocks on it, clay, for crying out loud. She'll step off it and brush her knees.
The dust leaves your knees.
Should we check out the last room here? I imagine we'll probably not want to sleep here. It's kind of creepy.
As impressive as the detail is, I too do not want to sleep in a room where hundreds of things are looking at me, real or not. So I suppose Valfine has already started on the next room. We should just catch up with her, like you said.
Going back into the main chamber, Valfine has exited and is visible just on the porch area, seeming to keep watch. Victor is still sort of pondering the slave pen's room.
Playing sentry for the moment.
Ah,
Yep.
then we'll hit the next room together.
Yeah, Warren Alexandria, you turn to the last remaining chamber that you can see in this room, the upstairs of which you could go to, but it's utterly dilapidated. There's nothing of note there. You think those buildings have seen no care and been mostly brushed away, whatever other floors to this chamber or this home that there were. Going into this final chamber, you see that it too seems to have held new masonry, and within you see racks and racks and racks on the walls of rusted away tools. Anything from a basic shovel, to a scythe. Like, it's tools all across the way. All of them heavily damaged from the worn time. None of them really keeping their original shine, and it's just filled to the brim with hundreds of tools to be used by hundreds of masonry workers.
That's not masonry. workers anymore.
I think you would also easily find an area of stacked, frayed, decayed paintbrushes, buckets that have dried over.
Maybe this was a construction staging area for whatever we're about to go into.
Well, somebody had to build it at some point. Makes sense.
Apparently they did it with slave labor.
All great works are built on the backs of those less fortunate, whether they be free or not.
Right. So we should probably find another house.
Yeah. Victor will not disagree.
Another house it is. Hopefully a less creepy one.
Yeah, go ahead and pick another one of these cool stone houses on the map if you guys are heading out.
I posted a gift for you, Kyle, in Tomb Talk.
Oh. I will go look.
Yeah, give me a ping of where we think we want to go.
You just want to cross the street or something? Maybe?
Yeah.
Toads.
Like, I told you. Like maybe move this way, or like look at this house in the corner.
Yeah, you want to go to the one right across the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sounds good.
travel over, you see what seems to be what was once a stable of a kind, and it is utterly featureless of anything of great interest outside of your average dilapidated, ruined Omnuin architecture.
Oh, that is exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Is there some kind of room with at least covering?
This is a stable that there is a roof. Parts of it are chipped away. There's a few holes in it, but it'll suit to block rain if such a storm was to come through.
Is there like a back room, any sort of quarters for?
There are
maybe an
multiple
office
areas where
or-
they would stage horses. You believe, or not horses here. It would be of some other kind of animal. You're not sure. It is a stable.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We're in
And
Jurassic Park right now.
those could easily be identified as separate chambers.
Okay.
Is this where you all posting up for the rest of the evening, or rest of the afternoon into the evening?
Well, could be.
It's up to you guys.
I mean, it's close enough, and it's not as. It's a little more unassuming than the other location we almost chose.
Should we scout the door, you think? Or should we just post up for the night? Do that tomorrow.
Can always scout and then come back. Make use of the daylight.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
So we'll kind of mark this, I guess, on the
Okay.
map and come back here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kind of
Just head
scoot
down.
over to the entrance. Yeah.
Head down the street.
All right. I need y'all to do me a favor.
Making my way downtown.
Log out of roll 20 and get
Oh,
into
no.
the new roll 20. It should say Tomb of the Nine Gods.
All right, hold up. I said we were sleeping for.
You guys just said that you were going to scout, didn't you?
We're
Scout
scouting
out
the door.
Yep.
I mean, there's probably the front.
The
Oh,
door's
alright.
in the tomb.
All right, then. All right.
The door is in the tomb. Please.
You know,
please.
fuck it. Let's just open the door and we'll long rest in the first room.
Great idea.
Let's,
I'd rather sleep
let's
with
load
the
up.
clay skulls.
I mean, it was an impressive room, to say the least.
I'm sure you would say that.
Well, you could have took a nap in the throne room. Think about that.
No.
I could have slept on that.
Yeah, you could have, I'm sure.
How many saves to sleep in the faces room? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's such cool art.
That's
Finally get to
legit.
see it. How many years have we been doing this again?
It's a 2017 is when we started.
Woo!
That's
February.
nuts, dude. That's
February of
nuts.
2017 is when we began this adventure.
All right, three
What?
years.
Yep. February.
Going on 4.
It's crazy.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to load on my side, and then we can jump in. But yeah, you guys should see some pretty cool intro art there. I'll show it to the stream too after I get loaded here. Once it gets loaded up, but very cool. If anybody needs to grab like a drink really quick, are you guys okay at 10:30, or does anybody need to scout out at 10?
10:30 is good for me. I'm
fine.
gonna get a drink first.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and grab something because I gotta load everything up. I'll do a 5 minutes on the
Yeah.
stream. We'll be right back.
I will not, I guess.
All right.
That is just gonna make it that much more of a when it comes around.
This will be fun. I've been waiting for this exact moment for 3 years. So
What, us getting to the door?
getting to the door, I've literally been like, I wonder when it'll happen. Someday they'll get.
And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go.
Oh my
I
God.
wasn't even gonna open it. I was just looking for the door, so in case there was a difficulty finding it.
I forgot to throw a token over for Victor. This is already running smoother, which is actually really nice. So Victor won't be on the map, but he is here. Just so you guys know, I'll get him over here for the future. So.
To the
Turn this music down just a little bit. It's very loud. Okay, cool.
You make me nervous, Kyle. You make me real nervous.
So.
What? I'm not doing anything.
You don't have to.
Actually, can't I transfer? I can transfer Victor over. I'm pretty sure. Can I transmog him from one game to another? I have that power. Because I actually would kind of like him here. I'm immediately realizing not having Victor is a problem. Let me see. Because all these should be in order. It shouldn't be too hard to grab them. C, D, F, G. Got it. Come on over here, Mr. Victor. He thought he could get away. He's not getting away from me. Okay, actually pull. Yep, we got him. Nice. Okay, he's on the map now. You guys don't see the map yet, but you will. So you head to the north along the cleared highway, sort of cleared out of the way by the Red Wizards to make the path to the entrance to the tomb ever easier for them to keep a good watch on. You imagine many of the scouts that were sent out came here just to check up and then left multiple times, as they have cleared this area out quite thoroughly. As you approach, the first thing you would notice in the distance is standing near a base of the cliffs is a 15-foot tall obelisk of cracked stone as dark as night. It like pokes out in the area. It is easily seen across this part of the landscape. It is draped with vines and black moss. What do you do?
Black moss.
It is in the. You see the pillar. It's at the end of the road, effectively.
So we're not. How far are we from it?
I would say 100 feet, maybe. It'd just be a word to approach it.
I guess.
Do I know what that black moss is?
From here, make a nature check. 12. Probably natural. Probably built around it. Well, actually, you're not sure. you're not sure because it is a dark moss. It seems like natural moss that has pitched to a darker color. Maybe it's just you're far away from this obelisk. The obelisk is so dark, the moss looks dark and adjacent to it.
Well, I suppose we should see if there's a knob.
I know I should be avoiding black mold, but no one ever mentioned black vines, moss. Mage hand?
Not yet.
Why don't I know mage hand?
I think I don't know. Why don't you? You're a wizard.
Didn't seem important at the
It's
time.
from the wizard spell list, bro.
I'll just kill someone that has it.
All right, you need to step back a minute.
Oh, not you.
It's a cantrip, you dingus. You can't copy it anyway.
Shit.
We approach the door.
It's up to you. Well, so far you don't see a door. You just see this
Or
obelisk.
the pillar thing, the monolith from Space Odyssey.
It's huge. It's 15 feet high.
Is it sitting on a dais of some description? Or
No,
is it just
it's built into the ground.
Oh,
built into the ground? Is there like a circular design on the ground, or is it just...
Just seems to be sticking out of the earth like a wound.
So it's not going to open into the ground. That would have been cool. Where would the door be? Guys, where's the door?
Are you guys
Behind.
staying 100 feet away from, like, you're staying a distance while you're just sort of peering along the...
We should. I mean, we should get within at least 30 feet, just so we can kind
Because
of.
if you're, like,
see...
searching for anything else, I'm just giving you the basics. If you're
Yeah.
sitting and searching, I need checks. But if you're moving forward, I can reveal more.
Yeah, we're gonna. I would say we get within 30 feet at least.
Yeah, within 30 feet of it, you would see behind the pillar, revealing to you a few passageways. One directly behind the obelisk as you approach it. It was sort of hidden by the angle that you were coming at it from. You see it is obscured by withered creepers. Seems to just be sort of a lot of... like basically a cave, and then when you look in further, it's just dark, or it's just a lot of like brush inside. There also seems to be a second smaller tunnel that burrows into the base of the cliff that you've approached to the east of the pillar. So you got a big sort of open one that leads into withers, like actual, you know what I'm talking about, like weeds, and then one that is smaller that seems to carve into the mountain to the east.
Victor, you said the wizards had seen the door. Do you know where it is around here?
It is forward, there, behind the pillar. The earth seems to grow around it. Every time we come back, the weeds need to be pushed away.
Did you explore that passage that way?
Yes, it is where Orvex, bless his soul, wherever it may be now, where he confirmed the tale of the 9 gods. It is good that we had him. The only information that we were given within that chamber are statues representing the 9 gods, but only 8 are viewable. We only knew about the 9 because of Orvex's own research. Lucky we had him. Or else we may have never known of Unuk the snail.
Was the 9th destroyed in that room?
There are only 8 statues.
The flail snail is said to live under.
There was another... That's true. Perhaps there is something hidden here. There was another curiosity regarding Unuk the snail. There were only 8 statues in the small passage to the east, but the door beyond those reeds holds in it only 8 slots. Unuk was still a mystery we had planned to bring up to Valandra, or perhaps even Sas Tom if we could get in contact with him, but never really had the chance.
Perhaps it will reveal itself once the 8 have been assembled.
That was the hope.
Well, we'll definitely find out in the morning.
Do we want to check out that side chamber where Orvex was studying, just to make sure?
Can't hurt to confirm. I'm sorry, I need more sleep. Couldn't hurt to confirm a few things before retiring for the evening.
Was that mostly an inscription in there?
Says, no, there were no words written, just the statues themselves. Orvex had the tale drummed up from his own scribblings of this place.
I guess I thought the statues were in front of the door. You said they're in the other chamber?
Statues are in the other chamber. The door is just a door with 8 slots.
I see.
4 stacked on top of each other.
Are there any inscriptions? Any?
Says
Only
no,
the statues?
says no words except for that which lies on the obelisk.
Well, we should start there, I suppose.
Says the moss grows back as well to cover them up. We only read it once. It is why I know the name Aserarek. I was hoping you would be able to tell me more, but his name rests on it, and some other scribblings.
We can all read and speak it, so...
Well...
except one of us.
Listen, book reading, I've lost the patience for it.
It is written in the common tongue, that any may read it.
Oh, it is.
It is odd. I have read it in Elvish, I have read it in Common, I have read it in Dwarvish. Each illustrates perfectly.
Strange.
And as any of you take another step forward, he'll put a hand out. Before you move any further, he will point up 10 feet above the ridge, where you will see 3 effective... Here, let me give a detail. You see 3 stone gargoyles watching you from narrow ledges carved into the cliffside. Each one has the face of the bearded devil, its mouth agape in the silent scream. And as any of you take a first step within this sort of area, all turn to view. Says, they are not hostile, lest we act upon anything against them. I can only imagine. We lost a few to them here, but we found if you do nothing, they do not do anything but watch.
Well, I don't think we plan on causing any harm.
I guess that makes this area a no-fly zone as well.
I'm going to open up the new map. You're going to want to go down to the bottom of it.
Ooh, there it is.
Anything out?
Oh!
3 years, brothers.
3 is indeed. And you'll see.
Holy shit.
This is where
That's
the,
weird.
the gargoyles lie.
And to think I almost killed myself by sitting on a chair right before this.
I know, right?
Oh, your HP isn't updated in here. If you can remember what your HP number is, because the sheets are different.
Oh shit, yeah.
Feel free to. Oh, this I'm gonna. So don't actually bother right now. If you guys don't plan on engaging with anything, I'll put over your character sheets again,
Oh, okay.
and we'll just get the perfect update from the previous one. Just
We're
leave
gonna have
them.
a long rest anyway, so
Yep.
It'd be good. I think this is also missing the loot that we.
It's
picked
missing
up.
the loot. Yeah, I will update the sheets on here
Okay.
when we get back. But right now, don't bother. It's fine. I don't think unless you guys do anything, I don't think it's gonna.
We're not
I
firing
don't-
any projectiles. We...
Yeah, and I certainly don't want to be cracking the tomb until everybody's here. So
Okay.
we're just checking things out right now.
Yeah, we've got 22 minutes to check stuff out. What would you guys like to do? Feel where you are on the map is where you are in camp.
I'd like to. Well, Valfine would like to slowly approach the obelisk
Okay.
and not touch it, but I want to cast Mage Hand and see maybe if I can clear some of the vines away.
You
and we can
clear the
read
vines and
what's
the
up there.
black mold away, and you see script written upon the obelisk. You can read it, or I can read it in the voice of its writer, but it's up to you. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Please.
All right.
As you-
Do you guys
as
think that'll
you
be more
wish.
fun?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
All right. Perfect. Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up, and the dead rise, and I, Asarak the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter, take heed. The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only.
So 6 rooms or 6 tombs, each with a theme. Whether they're floors or chambers.
I mean, if this is anything like
I,
the Tomb of Horrors, this is telling us what not to do.
so here's my guess at what this could be already. Like,
Get it,
if
yeah.
we know there's statues in there. There are enemies in the 9 gods, right? So there's the enemies of the statues are going to stand from across from each other. That's my first line there. One stands between them, so the flail snail thing is going to be probably under, would be my thought. The rest of that, though, not sure yet. You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like stuff we're going to encounter.
Right.
Don the mask will be seen. Interesting.
I feel like with the rest of the tomb, I'm going to do a lot of speaking as myself, and then other characters could do it, because War wouldn't get some of this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It'll be totally cool to add player
It's going to
knowledge.
be a lot of intelligence roll checking.
We
know my
will
character
navigate
is
it
smarter.
together. We'll navigate it together.
It's my time to shine. My intelligence character. Yes, my stupid, pretty much useless stat finally for some good.
Jacob's gonna figure out the puzzle, tell you, and then you're like, and I say it.
I read this in a book once.
So great. Oh my god.
I'm pretty smart.
So
too.
Valfine, you are up at the. Oh no, you stayed far away to move it out of the way. Okay, cool.
Yeah, not like she's not up like putting her hands on it or anything, but definitely standing there close enough to be able to read it from where she's standing. Just the
Okay.
mage hand was just to move and make sure it was clear enough to catch everything.
Absolutely.
I don't like that he's going to reap the world of the living.
I mean, he's already been doing that. So
We're probably just at stage 1.
when the Forsaken One seizes Death's mantle, which would be the Soulmonger,
Maybe.
the seas dry up and the dead rise. Do we know of any seas that had dried up?
Global warming.
Make a make a history check for me, or make an intelligence check for me, Valfie.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah,
Shit, I don't get my proficiency bonus?
straight up intelligence. Let me see what you get.
I'm trying to click the... There we go.
13. 13. You had a dream where the seas dried up.
Right.
Yep, you were on a boat, and all of the people who died in your experiences on Chult chanted, "No witnesses."
All
But
right.
we, as of arriving at the port, sailing on the sea, anything from the sailors, anything that we've heard previously, we haven't heard of anything being dried up yet.
Nope. Only experience you have with it is the you just remember the shared vision that you had.
Okay.
I did fear that night.
I mean,
It's
tell me
happening.
which one.
It's the prophecy.
The prophecy.
The prophecy.
The prophecy.
Oh my
Ah.
god.
That's it. You're gonna be the polar. I mean, yeah, I guess you already were. You're the thief.
Great.
Oh, look, you're finally gonna be useful too.
It's...
Oof.
I still can't use half my kit. I'm all about disguises and...
No. You're the thief.
subterfuge.
You're all about disabling the traps.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
You're there for the physical traps. I'm there for the magical traps. Everybody else exists to get us to this point.
Victor will sort of gesture his hands. He says, "Well, we have investigated most of this place. Have at it. There has been yet no dangers that we have found, other than these watches."
Well, if you've already investigated...
We have found
How-
everything I've explained to you. The door, the statues, the pillar.
Where's the statues at?
He will point
That way
that passage there.
Well, suppose...
we could take a look and sleep on any puzzle.
Well, let's not sleep in there.
Well, yeah. I mean, mentally sleep on it. But, you know,
Okay.
not
Just
sleep on
being...
top of the puzzle.
Just being cautious.
Well, that would be a strange puzzle.
There are no traps in the passage. We have... Orvex has been down it quite a few times, and myself.
Okay.
Right.
What are you
Shall
talking
we?
about?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Hey.
The gargoyles, that sort of silent goes down. War and the rest of you, I think, so War, as you step in right there,
Oh no.
Victor's eyes go wide as something happens that he did not expect. As you step in this chamber, you see as the statues all the way to the back light up as if candles have flickered into their eyes and mouths. Their statues themselves emanate. He says, "What? You have the stones."
Yes.
It's reacting to the keys.
Go further.
I feel like maybe we shouldn't. If we activate something now.
We need to be in our best condition.
Yes, this is sorry. This is very, very fascinating. We have investigated this spot multiple times, and we've never thought to bring the stones here yet. This
You
must
had
be a
never brought
reaction.
the stones to this place.
Oh, why would we?
They are the keys to the door.
And we've never had all of them. Why
Didn't
bring
even
one?
bring-
No. There would be no need. Zagmia saw it as a risk. And it would have been. When we found a stone, we kept it hidden. There are
Okay.
more things seeking them here, at least there were before you came along. The Yuan-Ti were quite dangerous. We couldn't risk losing a stone to them.
And anything we do going forward is going to be new that we don't have information on.
Or make a perception check for me.
Rest.
Rest.
Okay. Yeah, you see these light up. The first set, you see Moa and Wongo. The second is Aijin and Ubalaka. The third set to the back is Papazadal and Kubazan, and just by sheer process of elimination, Nang Nang and Shingambi must be at the back. You could also easily take note that the enemies oppose.
Yeah.
Because they all conflicted with each other in the lore, or the
Yeah,
Correct.
Victor would
Stuff,
also
right?
confirm that that is the only part of the riddle on the obelisk that the Red Wizards were able to come to as well with their resources.
Well, great, they did the easiest part. Congratulations.
So you guys are retreating.
Yeah.
We should.
Not retreating. We're just
I'm just
going
confirming
to
that.
rest up before our assault.
We're assessing the approach, tactical strategy. Okay.
As you step out where the lights, Victor hangs for a little while. So close. Soon. And he just he will follow the rest of you.
Tomorrow.
He seems antsy, excited. The fact that something happened that was different than it has before has got him wired. And yeah,
It is true. Excited.
yeah.
I myself am
So-
personally excited.
Me too.
We're playing next week, right?
We are.
Yeah, we are. It's on
Yeah.
schedule. So
Okay.
We'll
should
see
be.
Who's able to make it. Hopefully, everybody.
We are cracking this fucking tomb next
I
week.
can't. I'm so fucking hyped, dude.
We see as our party descends back to the stable, beginning their rest for the night, and I think that's a perfect spot to end it, don't you guys? All right.
I'd say so.
If it must end.
Unfortunately.
Let's call it right there, homies. And yeah, I'll make sure I get those updated for you, so you have not very weak, unequipped characters that you totally shouldn't be having. You should have way better situations. We get to end on this awesome scene of the eyes. The eyes looking out at you. Very fun. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Thank you to those watching over on YouTube. We didn't live stream this tonight. I just didn't want any lag happening with reveal of the tomb. I just wanted it to be nice and smooth. It might be in the future, and I'll talk to you about this, Jacob, that if the running of the tomb is too heavy for me, I might just be hosting you streaming it if you are comfortable with that, and me not streaming it at all. We'd lose this sort of UI, but I'd get to run Tomb not lagging. That would be great. I'd love that. So we'll see if that works. Maybe do an episode where we're going to lose some of this UI and just have it from Jacob's perspective, which I'm totally cool with. Very cool. That is everything. Thank you. Oh, here's my camera. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you for next week for the next steps in the Tomb of Annihilation. We are at the tomb. Ah!
Yes!
Yes!
We did it.
We did it!
Ah!
Ah! Alright. Take care. Bye!
Bye.